What's up, basketball fans? Welcome into NBA Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Jimmy Crowther, and as you can probably tell, we're talking about Chris Paul to the Phoenix Suns. The report came out late last night that the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Phoenix Suns are currently engaged on trade talks to send the 35-year-old all-star point guard to the Suns from Oklahoma City. Now, we know that the Oklahoma City Thunder are looking to make some moves this offseason as they just hired a brand new head coach. Billy Donovan has gone to the Chicago Bulls, and now they have other veteran pieces they're looking to move around, like Chris Paul, like Steven Adams, and like Dennis Schroeder. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Suns, they're in a totally different boat. They're young, and they're looking to win right now with guys like Devin Booker. Now, here's where the initial report came out from, of course, the great Adrian Wojnarowski. He said the Phoenix Suns have had discussions about acquiring all-star point guard Chris Paul from the OKC Thunder, sources told ESPN. Talks have been ongoing and have continued to gather traction, but there is no deal imminent. Now, in his all-star season last year, where he played a surprising 70 games for this Oklahoma City Thunder team, he put up 18 points and still averaged 7 assists, and despite being just a 6'1" point guard, pulled down 5 boards per game, shot an efficient 49% from the field. Now, we're going to dive more into some trade ideas and what might get Chris Paul to the Phoenix Suns, but before we get there, I want you to make a prediction. I want you guys to tell me where you think Chris Paul will be playing next season. And to make this really easy on you, I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video while you watch this YouTube ad, and you can scroll on down and respond and tell me where will CP3 be playing next year. Now let's talk about this Phoenix Suns team. They have the number 10 overall pick, but multiple reports have come out saying that they are looking to move that pick, either move down or package it and trade for an established player like Chris Paul. Now, with guys like Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton and Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges, this Suns team has all the young talent it needs to start winning. However, they don't have an established veteran to really get them there, and that's something CP3 would do as they look to make a 2021 playoff push. So, of course, I ran this trade through my trade machine, and here's what I came up with. Chris Paul and the 2020 25th overall pick from the Oklahoma City Thunder, of course, go to Phoenix. Meanwhile, the Thunder, as we all know, they're looking to get younger. They're looking to get draft capital as well. They get Kelly Oubre, who is an outstanding small forward, and they get the 10th overall pick in the draft. But along with that, I think the Thunder are going to have to be willing to take on the salary of Ricky Rubio. Obviously, it's no Chris Paul salary, but if the Suns trade for CP3, they have no use for Ricky Rubio anymore, and it would make sense for them to move on from him. The Thunder would just suck it up, take Oubre, and take that 10th pick. Now, that's my trade idea, and it has been kicked around on a lot of Suns fans' websites, and even some Thunder fans have told me that they like this trade as well. But who do you think says no? You can type PHX for the Phoenix Suns or OKC for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And in all reality, guys, of course, I think this because it was my trade idea. I think this gets it done on both ends. If the Thunder really feel good about moving on from Chris Paul and getting that 10th pick, I don't see why they wouldn't do this. And if the Suns think they can really compete right now, of course they're going to trade a couple of young pieces to get an established all-star like Chris Paul. Now, no matter where Chris Paul ends up or where anybody goes this offseason, Fanatics is going to have their jerseys readily available at chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. Any style, any team, any player you want is available at that link, chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. We have that in the description and in the comment section as well. You can also see it right here underneath me. You can go pick those up today. The newest styles are coming out right now. And also, here's something important. Let's say you are a Thunder fan. You go out and buy a Chris Paul jersey, and then he gets traded to the Suns. Guess what? Fanatics is going to hook you up with jersey insurance, and they're going to replace that jersey for free and let you get a new player. Maybe you can get a Kelly Oubre Jr. jersey if they go ahead and make that trade. So one more time, that link is chatsports.com/NBA jerseys. The best deal, especially with the holidays right around the corner. Go pick yours up today. Now here's what that new Suns team would really look like for the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul is now your starting point guard. So you upgrade from Ricky Rubio to Chris Paul. Quite the jump, if you ask me. Devin Booker, he stays as the mainstay in that rotation, a 27-point-per-game scorer. I love Devin Booker, and I want to see him start winning. This would be a way for him to do it. Mikal Bridges, one of the most underrated defensive wings in the NBA today. Mark my words, save this video, come back to it in a few years after he's made a couple all-defensive NBA teams. In the middle, you have DeAndre Ayton, who I believe has become an underrated center because he was taken number 1 in such a stacked draft, but still, double-double machine, 18 points, 10 rebounds. And then you might go a little bit smaller and start Cam Johnson, the second-year guy out of North Carolina, at power forward. Your rotation is a bit questionable with guys like Aaron Baines becoming a free agent. Maybe Check Diallo comes back. Your rookie, Ty Jerome, you can put him as a backup point guard. But as long as your starting 5 is solidified, you'll look a little better. And not just the starting 5, but really your new big 3 in Phoenix, with Devin Booker being the guy that puts up 27 points per game, Chris Paul, who's initiating the offense at 7 assists per game, and DeAndre Ayton being the anchor in the middle that this Phoenix Suns team needs. I really, really like what you could have here for the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker, CP3, and DeAndre Ayton. Now, maybe they do move that number 10 pick. Maybe they hold on to it, but no matter who's picking at 10, 11, 12, or even at 60, we're going to be live for it all during the NBA draft on November 18th. It's coming up faster than we ever expected it to happen, so you want to make sure you're subscribed, and you're going to want to make sure your notifications are on because we're going to have a live show all night long and then some coverage afterwards as well, answering your questions, breaking down the picks with you guys. So please, please, please subscribe today to make sure you don't miss that, and then tune in with us on November 18th to watch that live draft coverage. Best draft coverage you're going to get on the internet, and the most personable, as we'll be interacting with you all night long. Now let's turn our attention to the Oklahoma City Thunder and what they could do if they land that 10th overall pick. Now, these top 5 guys, Edwards, LaMelo Ball, Okongwu, Wiseman, even Deni Avdija, they're probably not going to be available when you get to that 10 range that Oklahoma City would be trading up to. But you look at the guys 6 through 10, and these guys could really fall anywhere in that top 10. Maybe they go out and get another defensive wing like an Isaac Okoro to complement guys like Lou Dort, who's already a stud defender. Maybe they want to get bigger at the power forward position, and they can find an Obi Toppin at 10. I don't really see them taking one of the 2 guards in Killian Hayes or Tyrese Halliburton since they have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander there. But a guy that I would really, really like for this team is Patrick Williams. And now their brand new head coach is going to have to find a way to plug them into the system and see what he can do with a very young Oklahoma City team. Now listen, this is not the Thunder team we saw last year. This is not the team that is going to surprise everybody and make the playoffs. But this is a Thunder team with a very bright future. I think SGA is one of the top 3 guards under 25 years old in the NBA right now. Lou Dort proved himself as from a two-way player into a guaranteed contract and one of the best wing defenders in the bubble. Kelly Oubre, let's say they go ahead and make the trade and they get him. You can start him at small forward and have a scoring guy ready to go there. Maybe they keep Steven Adams in the middle. I like Darius Baisley. Dennis Schroeder and Ricky Rubio are 2 guards they could look to move in the middle of the season. T. Ferg is a guy who's a fun athlete. I don't know what they do with him. And maybe they can draft a Patrick Williams. They take the upside with the guy out of Florida State who's already a great defender and has a chance to be a great scorer at some point in the NBA. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Chris Paul. I don't know if he's going to get traded to Phoenix, but we know the trade talks are happening. And as we always do here on Chat Sports, if something happens, or should I say when something happens, we will have the story ready for you first here on Chat Sports. So make sure you subscribe today. But let me end today's video with one simple question. If the Suns make this trade, if they land Chris Paul and they have a big 3 of CP3, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton, would they make the playoffs next season? You can type your Y for yes or type your N for no. It's a stacked Western Conference, but a trade for Chris Paul, it just might do it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section.